Bridget Bartlett here. I don't know if I'm live yet. That's preparing. Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist for Builderall. Looks like we are actually live, so that is a good thing. So if you guys have ever, if you are members of our group coaching, you can definitely go to the website and let me actually show you inside of our, while we're waiting for everyone to get in here, let me move my camera around so that I can show you where to access the link. So right above, make sure I'm still showing. Zoom is so strange lately. And give me just a second. Sorry, I'm all discombobulated here. All right, let me share my screen. Okay, any day. All right, cool. So this is our group e-learning, our group website. All you need to do is once you get here, just click the button and you'll go right to our Zoom. You don't need to log in. Obviously, you have to have actually, I don't even think you have to have a Zoom account anymore. So definitely click there, or if you're more comfortable, you can comment here. But I will say I don't always monitor these comments, okay, because it is live Q&A. So usually, lots of people join us and have lots of questions. So it is definitely better to click the Zoom link and join me for our live Q&A. Let me stop sharing so I can make sure that no one's waiting to get in. While I'm waiting for people to pop in, though, I wanted to share with you a really cool way of organic marketing on Facebook or really any type of social media. This has actually been a very, very useful tip for me, especially because if you guys have been following me at all before, you know that I'm having issues with Facebook. So they don't like me very much. Let me let Shawana in here. They don't like me very much. And so I'm getting even better about networking and building up my Facebook page, but you don't want to just start accepting friend requests, right? You want to be very targeted about the people that you're accepting, okay? Because when I first got started, once I learned how to promote my local business, then I kind of got into network marketing and I was told, oh yeah, just send a bunch of friend requests. All of your friends' friends, send them. But that's not always relevant. Hey, Shawana, it's not always relevant because not everyone wants your product. Not everyone is interested in what you're interested in. So, Shawana, before we get started, I wanted to show this little, my little network marketing, or not network market. I guess it is network marketing because you're marketing and building your network. So yes, I guess it is. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I have been doing that has been very, very helpful to me. So I'm just going to share my screen here. And I'm on Facebook. Now, think about this, okay? When you are promoting your business, who is your customer? Okay, so if we are using Builderall as an example, Builderall is a digital marketing platform. The people that are using Builderall are business owners, maybe web agency owners. So these people are very interested in tools online, things that you can use to build your business, right? Because if they're already using Builderall, then it stands to reason that they would want other things, right? So here's what you can do, okay? Now, I know that you guys use multiple tools for your business, not just Builderall, okay? So what I would do is go to Canva, okay? Search Canva. I'm sure that Canva has a group. Okay, so look at all of these groups here of all these people using Canva. Now, how many of those people do you think would love Builderall? Okay, that's a great helpful tip, right? So you go to these groups and then you just go down, like you can see there's 101,000 members of this Canva group. If you join that group, you can literally go to the members area and then send them friend requests. Okay, so what about this one? Builderall people, lots of us are marketers. We have YouTube channels. So what about TubeBuddy? TubeBuddy is a free extension that you can use to help you grow your YouTube channel. I'm going to go to groups here, and then I'm going to search. Here's a bunch of TubeBuddy groups, right? Or how about YouTube in general, like how to, let's see, YouTube. There's lots and lots of YouTube groups. We'll search groups here. All of these groups are all people who would love to use Builderall, right? Look at all of these groups. And you guys, this is open potential, right? So let me go to one of the groups that I'm in. Let's try this one. All right, if you go to the members area, whenever you're in a group, you go to the members area, and here's a little Facebook hack for you. You want to go to the section that says members with things in common, because if you just start sending friend requests to like anyone here and you don't have anything in common, then Facebook is going to like block you. They're going to say you're sending too many friend requests, you're being spammy. That's the very last thing you can do. So then once they're your friend, then now you're starting to get to know them. You may message them as soon as they request. Let me stop sharing here. You may message as soon as they request, but you don't have to, because in reality, that's probably not a good thing to do. At least give it a day or so, because you know, just like I do, when someone sends you a friend request and then they immediately message you, you're like, oh, geez, here's a marketer. So annoying. So don't be the spammy marketer. Just legitimately build your Facebook profile with people who are like-minded, people who are, interested in growing their business online, if that's your niche. It could be something totally different. Maybe it's, I know Ray's here a lot, and he's in travel. So maybe he wants to join travel groups and start sending friend requests to the people who are in that group, because obviously people are interested in traveling, right? Maybe like something like a bucket list type of group. So lots of potential there, but I definitely have been getting some killer leads. And since I've rebuilt my Facebook page, I don't even have that many friends on there now. So out of like, I posted something the other day, and out of like 300, I have like 300 friends on this new page. And I got 65 people who commented and wanted more information from that one post. So lots and lots of potential just by having a targeted group of people who are interested in the same thing that you're interested in. So that's my little speech for today. Shawana and Kay, do you have any questions for me?
I do have some questions. Hi, Bridget. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. I am just a couple of questions. I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. I started going through your digital business card where you walked us through how to set it up. The problem, well, instead of starting from scratch, I decided to copy yours, and I cannot figure out how to make it mine or connect it to my Builderall. It's so funny. I've been trying and trying.
Did you
How do
transfer it?
Hmm?
Did you transfer it? I think in that, didn't I give templates in that?
You did. I transferred it over, so it's automatically attached to my account.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, oh,
Yeah. Yeah, if you,
okay.
it'll be as soon as you transfer the site, if you click that public link and then it transfers, it'll be in the unpublished websites in your Cheetah Builder.
And I published it. So it's already ready to go. All this time I've been thinking, how do I connect it now?
You know what? That is
Okay.
like, that's a typical Builderall problem, because we overcomplicate things, and it's like, Builderall made it so simple. It's like, why was I thinking you
That's
had all
right.
these extra steps? Because it's so simple.
Absolutely. Oh, that's funny. And I had another question. I'm trying to find it. I wrote down a couple of things. Okay. So I told you some weeks ago that I'm going to start going live at least once a week, and then even more often. And I've watched your webinar a few times, and I get started and then I get distracted and start working on something else. But at any rate, yesterday I started again. Here's a quick question. I have to select, or you indicated that I can select 3 options when I'm using the Builderall webinar tool. I'm going to just start with that.
Mhm.
You said I can select 3 options of where I want to stream. And so my question is this: can I stream to a Facebook group, that I created, a Facebook group, a Facebook page that I have, and also to YouTube? Can I use those 3 options? Is there a way for me to select the Facebook page and the Facebook group? Was really my question.
I I'm not sure if you can stream to 2 different places on Facebook. I know
Ah,
you can stream to, Facebook and YouTube and then one other place, like if you're
okay.
using Restream or something like that. But that could be a solution to you as well, and that's what I do. I use Restream, and, so Restream allows you to put all of those things, and so basically it's kind of like you're telling Restream, hey, I want to stream to all these places at this time or whatever. And then you connect that
Mhm.
to the Builderall webinar app as a custom. And then whenever you stream to the webinar, it's going to go to Restream, and then Restream distributes it however you've set it up.
Okay, I did see your example of that, and I wanted to just confirm. I figured I'd start with Facebook and YouTube, but absolutely, as I continue to add other, I guess, places to stream to,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
But
And
OBS,
it's cool too because you can do pre-recorded and it'll stream it live. You can do that with the Builderall webinar app and Restream.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, with the bill out too. Okay, great. One more quick question. OBS, I'm still a little bit confused. Can I stream to OBS?
You can. OBS is
So
great.
I can use it.
Yeah. Mhm. The
So
thing
I
with
can use it
OBS,
in place of
what you could do,
no,
sorry,
I was just,
you were cutting
oh
up
no,
there.
you go ahead.
What you can do is no, if you think of streaming, okay, wherever you start is where you need to tell it where to go, right? So I'm trying to make this like make sense in your, because I'm a visual person, I need to see the steps, right? So if you, let's say you start with OBS, which if you're using OBS, that's what you want to start with. So you are live and you are managing OBS. But within OBS, you can send it to different places. Okay. So if you want to send it to YouTube or Facebook or any place, really, you could do that. But you could also stream to Restream. And then Restream, you can tell Restream wherever to go. And then as soon as you are connected to Restream, like as soon as you click that go live button, it goes to Restream, and then Restream will distribute it however you've told Restream to distribute it.
I follow you. I thought your training was great on that. I was just curious, just to get started. I said, I'm going to start with the Builderall webinar tool.
Mhm.
And I wondered, I said, well, if I start there and I connect it to Facebook and YouTube, should I also connect to OBS? Does that make sense? Listening to you now, I'm thinking that that may not make sense to do that, to connect to OBS.
Yeah, because you're because well, you could connect OBS to the webinar app using the same settings, those RTMPS. And I always I don't hardly remember even what I don't even know what it stands for. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that you copy and paste those things. So
Okay.
so
So
you
does that make sense for me to do? Does that practical for me to connect OBS to the webinar tool in
well,
that sense?
you would let me walk through the process of setting that up.
That's
So,
okay.
I don't think, because when you set it up in the webinar app, okay, in the Builderall webinar, you're telling the webinar where you want those things to go. So you're streaming in the webinar app, and then you're telling it where to go. So if you connected Restream, then, or if you connected OBS, then it's like OBS should be telling where to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's
So I would
kind of,
start with
Yeah. So
OBS.
you would do what I would do, because OBS, there is a learning curve. I mean, if you don't have experience doing it, it's kind of
Oh, no, I
overwhelming.
don't.
But the Builderall webinar app is super simple. So I would
Okay.
start there. I would go stream live to Facebook and YouTube and just get some habits, and then maybe upgrade to Restream or do something like that.
Got it. Thank you so much.
And you could even, when you go live, you could even share from your page to your group if you wanted to do that. And that way, because the page is public anyway. So if you're sharing to the group, then they'll be able to be notified and things that you're live.
Love it. Thank you so much. Very helpful.
You're so welcome. Hey, Shawana, you have any questions for me? You're kind of in the dark down there.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you do a viral contest, Bridget, how do you, if the person does not have Builderall and you want to offer that service, how do you give them that? How does that work, them getting access to this viral contest?
Well, they don't have to have so if you think of the viral share funnel, it doesn't necessarily mean Builderall, right? And I'm trying to, and honestly, I haven't played with it that much. We've used it in a client's account and things like that, and created it. But if you think of the viral share funnel, you are telling them, hey, win a prize for sharing this the most times. Okay, so when I think of that, and I'm actually working on a nonprofit golf event, and they're doing like another like outing in a couple months, and so we're going to utilize that, and we're going to tell them like, hey, share our event, our nonprofit event, and whoever shares it the most during the event, then we are going to do we're going to announce the winner live at the event, and they win a $100 Amazon gift card. So you could, the point of it is that people want to be able to win something for just sharing. So if you approach it like that, you could do like maybe win it has to be something very compelling that they would be really interested in. Like maybe if you're I don't even think I have enough credibility or anything to just put ads and say, get a 1 hour, strategy session with Bridget Bartlett. I don't think people really care about that. So I would think, something that whoever you're targeting would really be like, oh my gosh, all I have to do is share this and I could win. Something that really makes them want to share. And then, of course, you have to think the people who are sharing this, what do those people want? Because if you're promoting Builderall on the back end, maybe the viral share thing that you want them to share, it needs to be relevant to them. So maybe it's maybe it's a gift card, maybe it's like I don't know, I'm trying to think, maybe a package of like 20 website templates, or I don't know. I'm just brainstorming, but
Okay. So let me ask you, if I wanted to offer that service, like say I saw a supermarket down the road and they wanted to run a viral contest, but they are not a member of Builderall. Can we do that? Like, how does that work?
It's the same process as building a funnel. So okay. If you wanted to do that for the supermarket, and let's say that their goal, their call to action that they wanted is more customers, right? So say you want to, I'm totally just off the top of my head, maybe like get, a month's worth of free groceries or something. And whoever shares this the most gets $500 in free groceries. And we're going to draw, make sure that you're there for the drawing or something like that. I'm trying to think of like local traffic, because
go ahead. So can I ask, like, okay, we have the account, we're doing the viral contest for them. The emails that come in belong to who? Us? or the custom or the supermarket? Like how I just don't understand how that works. And like what does the supermarket do? Or they do nothing and I just monitor the viral contest and then tell them who the winner is?
I mean, it really just depends on your business and how you want to set it up. But those are definitely questions that you want to ask the client. What do they expect? You know, where do the emails go? Am I keeping the emails? Are we including emails in the viral share? I mean, you do need a few just to tell them, hey, here's where you go to, you know, check your status or whatever. So it's definitely, you need to clarify that with the client. Maybe they're like, I don't even know. My experience has been with most clients is they don't really know. I mean, they don't even think about the emails and the list and all of that stuff that's building. That's kind of your job to say, hey, here's the things that we need. And what are you expecting from this? Are you wanting the leads? Do you not care about the leads? But I need to know, you know, when you're working out the job scope and all that stuff, you need to be very specific and say, we need this, and we're going to be getting this. And I need to know, what do you expect from this? So if I always think the business should have their own leads, but if I'm going to manage the email list, then I'm going to charge for that. So that's kind of, I don't really want their list. I don't really have a need for a grocery store list or whatever, you know? And so to me, that's just another way of me providing value. So I am doing this campaign for you and I'm going to get it set up for you. But if you want to manage your own leads, I can give you my Builderall link and you can create your own account, or, you know, I can, as an agency, I can do the sub account and then I can collect the leads. And then if you want your own list when the campaign is over, I can give those to you. I can download them in a file and give them to you. And so definitely, if you have those questions, which they're all legitimate questions, you should definitely ask the client and make sure that it is all very, very clear before you ever get started.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You guys have any more questions for me? Seems like a quiet day. I am going to tell you guys though, May 4th, because Kay, you were asking about streaming. So May 4th, the Tuesday night training, I'm going to be showing how you can live stream directly into the e-learning on the homepage like we do in our group. So lots of people are asking me about that. And it's actually super cool and really easy to do. But I wanted to do a Tuesday night training, and that way everyone can, I love this setting where it's not like I'm just talking to a computer, but I actually get the feedback and the questions, and I can make sure like, hey, I'm going to stop right now. You got any questions? Are you lost? Are you confused? Can I help? I love that. So that's super cool for me.
That's great, Bridget. I'm excited about that. I can't wait.
I know, super, super cool. And we will definitely be talking about the webinar thing. So I'll give you a whole rundown. There's so many cool things about that webinar. Like you can put banners on there. You can add ghost users. You can, so if you're live and you're, you know, especially when I first got started, I was like, if I had 3 people in my webinar, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But you know, it's especially when you first get started, and if you join a webinar and you're like, oh my gosh, there's 3 people in here. This is like, what is this? So you can actually add ghost users in there, and it'll look like, you know, there's however many people you want it to be. So it could look like there's 5,000 people, and you can actually set it to fluctuate. So like, say you set it for 5,000 and then you had it fluctuate by like 10%, then it would go up, you know, 10% from 5,000, go down, and it would just keep, because that's real, you know, really how it goes. You could also have ghost users add comments. So if you want, maybe 5 minutes into your webinar, if you want someone to ask you about Builderall, then you can have like Frank, the ghost user, you can have him comment and say, hey, Kay, tell me about that Builderall thing that you were, you know, I saw a video about. And then you can say, thank you so much for asking, Frank. Let me tell you all about Builderall.
Oh, that's great. A great way to create questions for your webinar.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. That's awesome.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff. All right, guys, if you don't have anything else for me, I certainly won't keep you. Definitely wanted to share with you that Facebook marketing tip. I can tell you that has been so successful for me. And when you get your Facebook account shut down, which I don't know what happened, because today, now I have access to my other Facebook page. So
What?
now I have two. I know.
Wow.
I know. So I don't know. It's so weird. But, when you're having to rebuild and things, it starts making you think, well, what am I doing to get new friends? And, doing it, especially rebuilding, it's so nice to go and choose your friends, as in like, who are the people who are like-minded, who's doing the same. There's a coaching and consultants Facebook group that I'm a part of. They all need Builderall. They all need it. So you don't have to be spammy. Just go send them a friend request and say, hey, I saw we're in the same group. I just thought we'd connect. And it's not, when you do that, it's not like it's a professional way, but you're not asking for a sale. You're not, it's kind of cold messaging, but not really. I mean, you're not asking for anything. It's just you're making the connection with people. And then as they post things, comment and say, oh, that was a great idea, or I love that quote, or, it's actually networking. A lot of us think
I missed that because my computer had connectivity issues. So I'm going to watch what you said earlier. I heard only a small part of that. But I think I asked you yesterday how to find your replays, and you explained to me just inside of Telegram, right? I can find, because I want to definitely rewatch this one.
Yeah. And I definitely, I hope that that's easy. I know someone asked yesterday about commenting in that group chat. And I really want, we have the channel where you can find the replays easy. And then we have the group chat. So it's cool because when you click leave a comment on the video on the channel, it takes you to another window. So I love that because it kind of keeps it clean there. So if you're just looking for the replays, you don't have to stream through a bunch of conversations to get to the replays, but also you have direct contact with me. So if you're working on something and you get stuck, you need an answer. So it's like, I love that we can have that group chat and have a community, but I also understand that, we can get a lot of notifications, and I certainly don't. And this is something to keep in mind too, if you ever use Telegram for your business. If you get a lot of notifications, what happens is people will mute the notifications, and that's not what you want, because you do want people engaging and in being in community. So I just am looking for your feedback always. So if you guys start noticing like, oh man, this Telegram group, it's just going off and off, and you're like, I'm just going to mute this thing, just in that moment be like, I need to tell Bridget this is because if you guys feel like that, then other people do too. And so maybe, we're always evolving and changing and trying to be more efficient. It's the story of business.
You're reminding me of a WhatsApp group, business group I was in, and it was like that. And ultimately, I just turned off notifications. That's true.
I do it too. It's a lot, and it's like ping, 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 and it's like it's especially hard when you're trying to focus on something. I mean, it's enough. We have enough distractions with our phone going off, with the notifications, and then the emails and all that stuff. And it's like there's always a balance of, you want the engagement and you want to provide the value, but you also don't want to be so disruptive in people's lives that it's like, I just need to mute this group and never go back.
Right.
So yeah.
But I've learned so much. I just want to say thank you, because I'm telling you, I've learned a lot from you, and I'm going to play around with the booking app over the weekend and see if I can finally get it in place. I haven't started that yet, so.
That was really good, the booking app. You'll love it.
Oh,
yeah.
Good to know.
It's very easy to learn and navigate.
Very straightforward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of capabilities too, and we're actually getting the integration with Super Checkout. So now if you want people to have access to, if you don't want them to have access to your calendar page until they have paid, you have to lock it down in a membership area. But we're getting ready to have the super checkout integration. So they'll be able to pay and book and all of that inside of the booking app.
Wow. Wow.
Lots of cool stuff.
I've went through the e-learning, everything that you taught us in terms of the e-learning and setting up the templates for local businesses, all of it. I've gone through all of that, but I honestly have got to challenge myself to go back through to really clearly understand it now. But it's so much fun and I've learned so much, but I want to start marketing all of this. I want to start just putting the links out there. I know you've given us some tips on how to do that. So that's my goal, to just start that process and promote more. And not only that, but with the webinars, start making presentations and give people the opportunity to actually book an appointment and just talk with them. And then lately I've been thinking I need to come up with some type of pricing for all of this, but it's all fun. I'm enjoying it.
Is. And if you think it's fun, then you're going to be great at it, because those of us who think it's fun, it doesn't feel like work. Because I mean, you know, we've all had jobs before where you're like, oh my gosh, the alarm just went off. I got to go do another 8 hours. Oh, hopefully when I get home, you know. And if you feel, and this is, I call this monetizing your purpose, because I feel like we have instilled in us a passion for things, and it's our responsibility as human beings to develop that passion and find a way to monetize it. And so if you, whatever it is that you love to do, if you focus on that love, there's always, always, always a way to monetize whatever it is that you feel passionate about. So create an offer and then go prospecting. Find, and the best thing, especially when you first get started, is to think about you. Find people just like you. Who are you? What do you like? Where do you go? Create an offer that would be compelling to you, and then go find people just like you who are trying to do the same things you're doing.
Oh, awesome. That's great advice. Yeah. I it, just to make you laugh, I actually sent my course. Because of you, I created my first course. Again, another fun thing. But you talked about beta testers and all of that. Well, I made the decision to send it to some friends. And of course, I haven't gotten any feedback. So sending information and connecting with people who are like-minded or who are really interested in the content is so important. You're right.
Yeah. It'll save you a lot of time, and please save yourself the trouble. And
I think I lost you. I'm at my mom's. I'm having some connectivity issues.
Yeah, it looks like you're frozen. I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just saying, save yourself the time and don't go to those marketing groups. It's a waste of time. Nobody's engaging in there. Nobody is reading your posts. It's like they don't care. It's so muddy in those groups. But you know, like I was saying, if you choose the tools, it's like we're all digital marketers. We all use lots of tools. Go to the groups of the tools that you're using. Like I was saying, Canva, that's a great one. Conversion AI, I did a training on that. Go to their group. Everybody in those groups is interested in learning more about digital marketing. They're interested in learning ways of automating their businesses. They're all doing the same thing. And it's so fun. It's so fun to meet people and see how they're, you know, they have the same tool, but they're using it in totally different ways. And that is, it's not just Builderall. That's like, you know, everybody, even TubeBuddy. And then you learn stuff too, because someone posts like, oh, look what I just did with TubeBuddy. And you're like, I didn't even know we could do that. It's awesome. So So it's like you're enjoying it, and so you're more compelled to do it. You know, if I had to do something I didn't enjoy, because I'm working on something right now I don't quite enjoy, but I'm like, I don't really want to do that today. I'll just do it tomorrow. So if you enjoy it, you know, you're more likely to do it. So go where you enjoy, you know, where you want to spend
Yes,
time. And
absolutely.
yeah, and make
Great
friends.
advice.
Yeah, all those.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else? No?
That's
No,
it for me.
that's it for me too.
Okay. Well, I hope you have an excellent weekend. Thank you guys for joining me. Of course, we'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Go build it with Builderall. Bye, everyone.
That's
Thank you,
Bridget.
Bridget.